Living things need food and water. Living things need food and water to live and grow. Animals eat plants or flesh of other animals as food. Plants make their own food in the presence of sunlight, air, and water. Human beings depend on both plants and animals for their food. A monkey eats banana. Plants make their own food. Human beings get food from plants and animals. Does a bicycle eat food? No. Non-living things do not need food. Living things move. Living things can move on their own. They move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, and to protect themselves from enemies. Animals like cow, lion, and dog move with the help of their legs. Birds and some insects fly with the help of their wings. Plants do not move from one place to another because they do not need to search food. Different parts of a plant can show movement. The leaves of mimosa or touch-me-not plant close when touched. The sunflower turns towards the sun. A dog moves with the help of legs. A fish swims with the help of fins. A butterfly flies with the help of wings. Leaves of a mimosa plant close when touched. Does a chair move on its own? No. Non-living things do not move on their own. They move only when someone moves them. Living things breathe. Living things need air to breathe. Human beings and animals breathe through their nose. Insects like grasshopper and cockroach breathe through air holes present on their body. Plants breathe through tiny pores present on the leaves. These tiny pores are called stomata. A fish breathes through gills. Plants breathe through stomata. Does a doll breathe? No. Non-living things do not breathe. All living things grow over a period of time. They change in shape and size. A human baby grows into an adult. A seed grows into a plant. Does a pen grow? No. Non-living things do not grow. Living things feel. What happens when you get hurt? Do you feel happy or sad? Do you cry or laugh? All living things feel changes around them. Animals feel changes around them with the help of their sense organs. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin are sense organs. Insects like cockroaches and butterflies feel changes around them with the help of their antennae. Plants do not have sense organs, but they also feel. Plants grow towards the light. A mimosa plant feels. When touched, it closes itself. Does a toy car feel changes? No. Non-living things do not feel changes. We feel hot or cold with our skin. Living things reproduce. All living things have babies. Reproduction is the process by which living things produce more of their own kind. Some animals reproduce by laying eggs, and some animals reproduce by giving birth to young ones. All birds lay eggs. Cats, dogs, cows, and human beings give birth to their young ones. Most plants reproduce with the help of their seeds. A hen lays eggs. A cat gives birth to kittens. A plant grows from its seed. A woman gives birth to a baby. Does a pencil have babies? No. Non-living things do not reproduce. Living things die. Living things cannot live forever. Plants, animals, and human beings die. Non-living things like rocks, toys, and chairs do not die. Living and non-living things. We see many things around us. Some are living and some are non-living. Living and non-living things, Part 1. All animals, plants, and human beings are living things. Things like bat, ball, chair, table, fan, and van are non-living things. Living things differ from non-living things in many ways.
Differences between living and non-living things. On the basis of above features, the differences between living and non-living things can be concluded. Features: living things, non-living things. Food: living things need food. Non-living things do not need food. Growth: living things grow with time. Non-living things cannot grow with time. Movement: living things can move on their own. Non-living things cannot move on their own. Breathe: living things need air to breathe. Non-living things do not need air to breathe. Feel: living things can feel changes around them. Non-living things cannot feel changes around them. Reproduce: living things reproduce. They give birth to young ones or lay eggs. Non-living things cannot reproduce. They cannot give birth to young ones. Death: living things die when they get old or some other reasons. Non-living things do not have life cycles at all. They decay with time.
Germination of seed. A seed contains a baby plant. A seed needs soil, water, air, and sunlight to grow into a new plant. The process of growth of a new plant from a seed is called germination. Functions of roots. Roots fix the plant firmly in the soil. They prevent the plant from falling down. They intake water and minerals from the soil and pass them to the stem. Roots hold the soil and prevent it from being washed away by water or wind. Roots of some plants store food, for example, carrot, radish, turnip, and beetroot. Such roots are eaten as food by us. Functions of the stem. The stem holds the plant upright. It carries food and water to different parts of the plant. It passes water and minerals from the roots to other parts of the plant. It also passes food made by the leaves to other parts of the plant. Stems of some plants like sugarcane, potato, and ginger store extra food in them. We eat the stem of these plants. Functions of a leaf. Leaves make food for the plant. They are called kitchen or food factory of the plant. They use sunlight, air, and water to make food. Leaves give out oxygen. Oxygen is essential for life. We need oxygen for breathing. Leaves of some plants like cabbage, spinach, lettuce, and methi store food. We eat leaves of such plants. Stem and leaf. Stem. The stem grows above the ground. It is the main part of the shoot. It bears branches, leaves, buds, flowers, and fruits. Trees like neem and mango have thick, hard, and woody stem called trunk. Plants like money plant and bitter gourd have weak stems. They either need support or grow along the ground. Leaf. Leaf is the most important part of the shoot. It is usually green in color. The flat part of a leaf is called the leaf blade. Observe a leaf carefully. You will find some lines running across the lower surface of the leaf. These lines are tubes called veins, which carry water and minerals to the leaf. A thin tube running through the middle of the leaf is called the main vein. Many small veins arising from the main vein are called side veins. Leaves have tiny pores called stomata on their lower surface. Stomata helps a plant to breathe. Flowers and fruits. We see different types of flowers around us. Flowers have different color, shape, and smell. Some flowers have a sweet smell. Flowers grow from buds on the stem. Most flowers grow into fruits. A bud grows on stem or branches. The bud turns into a flower. Flower fades away and small green fruit comes out. Fruit grows bigger and ripes. Seeds. Most of the fruits have seeds. Some fruits have one seed. some fruits have more than one seed. Seeds are of different colors, shapes, and sizes. Seeds grow into new plants. We also eat some seeds like wheat, chickpeas, and kidney bean. Parts of a plant. There are many kinds of plants around us. Some are big, some are small, some are weak, and some are strong. A plant has different parts. Different parts of a plant work together to help it live and grow. The two main parts of a plant are roots and shoot. The shoot grows upwards and roots grow downwards. The shoot has stem, branches, leaves, buds, flowers, and fruits. Root. The part of a plant that grows below the ground is called root. There are two types of roots: taproot and fibrous root. Taproot. Taproot consists of a main thick root which grows from the end of the stem. Many small roots arise from the main root. Taproot is found in plants like peepal, hibiscus, rose, and tomato. Fibrous root. It consists of many roots arising from the end of the stem. Fibrous roots are found in plants like grass, wheat, onion, and sugarcane. Nests of birds. Birds build nests using grass, leaves, thread, twigs, and cotton. They make nests on trees, on the ground, on the terrace, etc. They lay their eggs in the nest. Birds sit on eggs to keep them warm till they hatch. After hatching, baby birds rest in nests till they are big enough to fly. Birds feed their young ones and protect them from enemies. Different birds make different types of nests. A sparrow makes its nest in houses or on the trees. It uses grasses, twigs, and cotton to make its nest. A tailor bird sews leaves with its beak. It uses thread and wool to sew leaves. A woodpecker pecks at a tree trunk with its beak to make a hole. This hole is used as a nest. A weaver bird weaves grasses, twigs, and leaves using its beak to make nest. Its nest hangs from the branch of a tree. The nest has an opening at the lower end. Eagles and vultures make nests by gathering few sticks. They arrange the sticks in the form of a shallow cup. We see birds of different colors and sizes around us. All birds have one beak, two eyes, two wings, and two legs. Their bodies are covered with feathers of different colors. Feathers. Birds are the only creatures on the earth whose bodies are covered with feathers. Birds have feathers of different colors and sizes. They have 3 types of feathers. Body feathers cover a bird's body. Down feathers are small, soft, and fluffy feathers that keep the bird warm. Flight feathers are long and help a bird to fly. Flight feathers are present on tail and wings. How birds fly. Birds fly with the help of their wings. Wings are attached to a bird's body with the help of strong muscles. These muscles move the wings. The shape of their bodies is like a boat, which also helps them to fly in air. Birds flap their wings to fly. They move their wings in 2 ways, upstroke and downstroke. In upstroke movement, wings move upward and backward. In downstroke movement, wings move downward and forward. The tail of a bird helps it to change direction during flying. Birds like ostrich, emu, and penguin cannot fly. Beaks. Birds do not have teeth. They use their beaks to catch and eat food. Different birds have different kinds of beaks depending on the food they eat. Birds like sparrow, pigeon, and peacock have short, hard, and strong beaks to crush seeds and grains they eat. Birds like eagle, vulture, and hawk have strong, sharp, and hooked beaks to tear the flesh of their prey. Hummingbird and sunbird have long and pointed beaks to drink nectar from flowers. Water birds like duck and goose have broad and flat beaks with tiny holes on either side. The holes allow muddy water to flow out, leaving the insects and plants inside the beak. Parrot has short and curved beak to crack nuts and seeds. Woodpecker has strong, pointed, and chisel-like beak to make holes in tree trunks and pull out insects. Hoopoe has long, slender, and pointed beak to pull out insects from flowers and holes in the ground. Birds have 2 feet with claws. They use their feet to walk, hop, or swim. They also use their feet to catch and hold their food. Different birds have different feet. Perching birds like pigeon, sparrow, and crow sit on trees or wires. Perching means to hold branches or wires and sit over them. They hold the branches or wires with their claws. They have 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. Flesh-eating birds like eagle, vulture, and owl have very sharp and curved claws called talons. Talons are used to catch their prey. Scratching birds like hens use their claws to scratch and dig the ground to find worms. Climbing birds like woodpecker and parrot use their toes to climb trees. They have 2 toes pointing in upward direction and 2 toes pointing in downward direction. These toes help them to hold on to trees and climb up. Wading birds like herons and cranes have long legs with spread out toes. Wading means to walk through water. These toes help them to walk through water in search of food. Swimming birds like ducks and swans have webbed feet. Front toes of these birds are joined by skin called web. These feet help them to push water while swimming.
How do birds fly? Birds fly using their wings. The boat-shaped body helps them to move fast through air. The tail of a bird helps it to change the direction. Also, the bones of birds are hollow, that keep their bodies light. They have strong flight muscles connected to their wings. These muscles help the bird to flap their wings upwards and downwards. The upward movement of the wings is called upstroke. The down and forward movement of the wing is called downstroke. Food habits of birds. Birds show different types of feeding habits. They eat insects, fruits, seeds, grains, etc. Most of the birds feed on small insects and other small animals. Sparrows and finches eat grains. Birds such as vultures and eagles eat flesh of dead animals. Penguin and kingfisher eat fish. Hummingbird suck nectar from flowers. Depending on the types of food they eat, they have different types of beaks. Let's know more. Parrot is the only bird which can pass the food to its mouth using its toes.
Staying fit and healthy. Ria, why are you sitting on the bench? You should play, run or do some exercise. What is exercise? What should I do? Exercise is the movement of different body parts. Playing, running, walking are different forms of exercise. Exercise makes our heart, bones and muscles strong and fit. Okay, I will exercise every day. I want to remain fit and healthy. To keep our body and organ systems fit and healthy, we need healthy food to eat, proper sleep and exercise.
Organ systems. Our body consists of many organ systems. Skeletal system. There are 206 bones in our body. All bones in our body make up the skeletal system. Skeletal system gives shape and support to our body. It protects the internal, delicate and soft organs from injury. Muscular system. All the muscles in our body form muscular system. Muscles cover the skeleton and are attached to bones. They help to move bones. Skeletal system and muscular system together help us to move, hold, run and sit. There are about 640 muscles in our body. Digestive system. The food that we eat cannot be used directly by our body. It is broken down into simple substances that our body can use. The process by which the food we eat is broken down into simple substances is called digestion. The organs that help in digestion of food together form digestive system. Mouth, food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus are the main organs of the digestive system. Respiratory system. We breathe in air to live. The air enters our body through nose. It then goes to lungs through windpipe. The air we breathe in has oxygen. Lungs absorb this oxygen from the air. The air we breathe out through nose has carbon dioxide. The nose, windpipe, and lungs together form our respiratory system. Circulatory system. The heart, blood vessels, and blood form the circulatory system. Circulatory system carries blood to different parts of our body. Nervous system. The brain, spinal cord, and nerves form our nervous system. Our nervous system controls all actions like reading, writing, playing, crying, laughing, thinking, and learning. Excretory system. Waste materials like urine and sweat produced in our body are removed through excretory system. Kidneys, lungs, and skin form the excretory system. Reproductive system. The organs of reproductive system help to produce young ones. Our body consists of different parts that help us to perform in daily activities. Our body parts help us to see, move, run, hold, throw, breathe, smell, etc. Care of domestic animals. All animals need protection and care. We should take good care of domestic animals as they are useful to us. We should give them proper food and clean water. We should clean their shelters regularly. If they are sick, we should take them to a veterinary or vet. Food chain. Some animals eat plants. Some animals eat plant-eating animals. Thus, animals depend directly or indirectly on plants for their food. Look at the picture here. This shows that a deer eats grass and a tiger eats deer. This forms a chain between plants and animals. Thus, a chain showing the dependence of living things on each other for food is called food chain. All food chains begin from plants. Another example of food chain is shown here. How animals eat. The feeding habit of an animal depends on the kind of food it eats. The mouth parts of an animal are suited to the kind of food it eats. Herbivores like cow and horse have sharp teeth in front to bite and cut grass and plants. However, they have flat, broad, and strong teeth at the back of their mouth to chew their food well. Some animals like cow, buffalo, camel, sheep, and giraffe cut grass, leaves, or plants with their front teeth and swallow it without chewing. Later, they bring it back into their mouth for chewing. Then they chew it well for hours. This is called chewing the cud. Such animals are called cud-chewing animals. A giraffe has a long neck which helps it to reach tall trees for eating leaves. An elephant uses its trunk to put food into its mouth. It also uses it to break branches and leaves from trees and to drink water. Rabbits, squirrels, and rats have sharp teeth in front. These teeth help in biting seeds, fruits, and nuts. These animals know their food. Carnivores like lion and tiger have sharp and pointed teeth in front. These help them to tear the flesh of their prey. They have strong, flat, and broad grinding teeth at the back of their mouth to chew flesh. Snakes and frogs do not have teeth for chewing. They swallow their food whole. Frogs, lizards, and chameleons catch insects with their sticky tongue. A butterfly has a long, thin tube to suck nectar from flowers. A mosquito has a long tube to suck blood of animals. Eating habits of animals. Like us, all the animals also need food to live and grow. Food gives them energy and keeps them healthy and strong. Different animals eat different kinds of food. Some animals eat plants. Some animals eat other animals. Animals like cow, buffalo, horse, monkey, and rabbit eat plants or parts of plants. Such animals that eat plants and parts of plants are called plant-eating animals or herbivores. Wild animals like elephant, giraffe, kangaroo, zebra, and deer are also herbivores. Animals like lion, tiger, cheetah, leopard, and crocodile eat the flesh of other animals. Animals which eat the flesh of other animals are called flesh-eating animals or carnivores. Animals like crow, peacock, bear, and bat eat both plants and flesh of other animals. Animals that eat both plants and flesh of other animals are called omnivores. Human beings are also omnivores. Good and clean house. We all live in houses. They keep us safe from heat, cold, rain, strong winds, and wild animals. Houses are of different types depending on the materials used to build them. A house should be kept clean. Clean house helps us stay healthy. Some qualities of a good house are given below. A good house should have doors and windows to let in fresh air and enough sunlight. Rooms in a house should be airy and well lit. Open spaces like veranda, balcony, or lawn makes a house airy. Doors and windows should be fitted with wire mesh. Wire mesh allow the entry of sunlight and air, but stops the entry of insects like mosquitoes and flies. It should have proper drainage system that carries dirty water away from the house. A good house should be clean. Clothes and fibers. We wear clothes to cover our body and to protect ourselves from heat, cold, and rain. Clothes also protect us from insect bites. They also make us look good and smart. Clothes are made from fibers. Fibers are of two types: natural fibers and man-made fibers. Fibers that are made by man are called man-made fibers. Nylon, polyester, rayon, and acrylic are examples of man-made fibers. We wear clothes made of different materials in different seasons. In summer season, we wear light-colored cotton clothes. They absorb sweat and keep us cool. Light-colored clothes are preferred in summer because they absorb less sunlight. In winter season, we wear dark-colored woolen clothes. Woolen clothes trap the body heat and keep us warm. Dark-colored clothes are preferred in winter because they absorb more sunlight. On a rainy day, we use raincoats and umbrellas made of waterproof material. At places where snow falls, people wear clothes made of fur. Safety at home. Do not play with fire or near gas stoves. You may get burnt. Do not play with sharp objects like knives, blades, and scissors. You may hurt yourself. Do not touch electric wires, switches, and plugs with wet hands. You might get an electric shock. Do not leave your toys and books on the floor. Someone might trip over them. Do not run in the house. You may slip or bump into the furniture. Be careful while walking on the wet bathroom floor. Do not touch hot utensils. Do not run in the house. Do not touch electric switches with wet hands. First aid. When somebody gets hurt, we need to help that person immediately. The immediate help given to an injured person is called first aid. If a person gets hurt, call an adult immediately. If the injury is serious, You can also call a doctor. Do not crowd around an injured person. First aid tips for cuts or wounds. Wash the cut or wound under running water. Clean the cut or wound gently with an antiseptic lotion. Now, tie a bandage or a clean handkerchief around the wound. For a small cut, use a band-aid. Relax the injured friend till an adult or a doctor arrives. Safety on the road. Always walk on the footpath. If there is no footpath, then walk on the right side of the road so that you can see the traffic coming from in front. Always cross the road at the zebra crossing. First, look to your right, then left, and right again. Now cross the road only when no traffic is coming. Cross the road through a subway or footbridge if available. Do not play or run on the road. Do not try to get in or out of a moving vehicle. Do not put any part of your body out of a moving bus. You might hurt yourself. On the road, we must be very careful and alert to avoid accidents. Safety at school. Do not push each other on stairs. Someone might fall down. Do not climb on benches in the classroom. You may fall down and get hurt. Do not play with pointed objects like pens or pencils, as you might get hurt. Do not push each other while playing or on swings. You might hurt yourself or your friends. Do not stand in front of swings. Always stand in a queue and wait for your turn to get in or out of a bus.
Taking care of soil. The top layer of the soil contains food and water for the plants. If the soil is healthy, the crop will grow well. But sometimes the soil is carried away by strong winds and rain, and this is called soil erosion. Looking after the soil and preventing it is called soil conservation. As soil formation is a long and slow process, we must protect and look after the soil.
What soil contains? Let us perform an experiment to show what soil contains. Let's experiment. Aim. To show what soil contains. Things needed: small amount of garden soil, water, and a glass jar. Method: mix garden soil with water in the glass jar. Leave the jar undisturbed for 15 to 20 minutes. What do you see? Observation: you will see that soil settles down into different layers. At the bottom, there is a layer of tiny stones. Above it, there is a layer of fine sand. A layer of clay is present above the fine sand. At the top, there is muddy water in the jar above the clay. Muddy water has remains of dead plants and animals floating in it. Conclusion: this shows that soil contains gravel, tiny stones, sand, clay, and remains of dead plants and animals. The remains of dead plants and animals present in the soil are called humus. Humus makes the soil fertile. It is good for plant growth. It also helps soil to hold water. Farmers add manure to soil because it is rich in humus. Manure is made up of cow dung and decaying leaves. Soil contains water and air. Put some soil in a container and cover it with a lid. Heat the container for a few minutes. On opening the lid, you see drops of water on the inner surface of the lid. As soil is heated, water present in the soil gets heated. This water changes into water vapor, which rises up. On touching the surface of the lid, water vapor cools down and changes into drops of water. This shows that soil contains water. Soil contains air. Take some soil in a jar and pour water on it. When water is poured over the soil, air bubbles come out. This shows that soil contains air. Air trapped between the particles of soil comes out when water is poured. Soil. Soil is the top layer of the earth in which plants grow. Plants need soil to grow. They also need air, water, and sunlight. Plants remain fixed to the soil with the help of their roots. Roots of the plants go deep into the soil to get water and minerals. Formation of soil. Soil is formed by the breaking of big rocks. Big rocks break into smaller pieces because of the heat of the sun, wind, water, and cold weather. Pieces of rocks continue breaking down for many years till they become tiny particles of soil. Tiny particles of soil mix with dead plants and animals. This gradually results in the formation of soil. It takes thousands of years for rocks to become soil. Formation of soil is a continuous process. Types of soil. Different types of soil are found at different places. Observe the soil of playground, roadside, and garden. You will see that soils differ in color and touch. Soil may be red, brown, black, or yellow in color. There are three types of soil: clay soil, loamy soil, sandy soil. Clay soil mostly contains clay particles. It is soft and smooth to touch. It can hold a lot of water. It is mostly used to make clay pots and clay toys. Loamy soil contains a mixture of sand and clay. It is good for plants as it contains enough air and water. Sandy soil contains sand particles. It is rough to touch. It is found in deserts. It does not hold much water. Uses of soil. Soil is a very useful, natural, non-living thing. Some of the uses of soil are given here. It provides water and nutrients to the plants to grow. It is home to many animals like earthworms, ants, termites, snakes, rats, moles, and rabbits. It is used to make bricks, pots, diyas, and kacha houses. 3 forms of things. We use many things like paper, pen, wood, chair, box, water, oil, and air in our daily life. Some things are solid, some are liquid, and some are gases. Ice is solid, water is liquid, and steam is gas. Solid, liquid, and gas are 3 forms in which things around us exist. Solids. Table, chair, car, pencil, book, and glass are some things that have a fixed shape and size. They do not flow. Things that have a fixed shape and size and do not flow are called solids. Liquids. Water, oil, milk, juice, and coffee are some things that do not have a fixed shape. They flow easily and can be poured. They take the shape of the container in which they are kept. Things that flow easily and take the shape of the container in which they are kept are called liquids. Gases. Air present all around us is a mixture of gases. It consists of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. Gases are often invisible. They do not have a fixed shape and size. Things which do not have a fixed shape and size are called gases. Hydrogen, helium, and steam are other examples of gases. Like liquids, gases can also flow. Human beings need oxygen to breathe. Plants need carbon dioxide to make food. Change of form. Water exists in all 3 forms: solid, as ice, liquid, as water, and gas, as steam or water vapor. The 3 forms of water can change from one form to another. 3 forms of water. Let's experiment. Take some ice cubes and keep them in sun. After some time, ice cubes change into water due to the heat of sun. This process is called melting. Melting is the process in which a solid changes into liquid on heating. When you boil water, it changes into steam. The process in which a liquid changes into gas on heating is called evaporation. Let's experiment. Hold a plate over a container containing boiling water using fire tongs. What do you see? You see tiny droplets of water on the inner side of the plate. When steam touches the plate, it cools down and changes into water droplets. This process is called condensation. Water freezes to form ice. When you keep water in a freezer, it changes into ice. The process in which a liquid changes into solid on cooling is called freezing. Measurement of temperature. Temperature tells how hot or cold an object is. What does a doctor use to measure temperature when you have fever? A thermometer is used to measure the temperature. Temperature is measured in degrees Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. Degree Celsius is written as C and degree Fahrenheit is written as degree F. Measurement of time and temperature. What do you use to check time? We use a watch or clock to check time. The unit for measuring time is seconds. It is written as S. Time is also measured in hours and minutes. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Measurement of capacity. Capacity is the amount of liquid a container can hold. The commonly used unit for measuring capacity is liter. It is written as L. Large amounts of liquids like milk and petrol are measured in liters. Small amounts of liquids like shampoo and eye drops are measured in milliliters. Milliliter is written as ml. A measuring cylinder is used to measure the amounts of liquids. 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. Measurement of mass and capacity. Mass tells us how much heavy or light an object is. A fruit seller and vegetable seller uses weighing balance for measuring mass. A grocer and goldsmith use electronic balance for measuring mass. Kilogram is the unit used for measuring mass. It is written as kg. Heavy objects like fruits and vegetables are measured in kilograms. Light objects are measured in grams. Gram is written as G. 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Measurement. We need to measure different things in our daily life. For example, when we go to buy cloth for our uniform, the shopkeeper measures the cloth. When we go to buy fruits, the fruit seller weighs the fruits. When we go to buy milk, the milkman measures the milk. Measurement in our daily life. To know the exact size or amount of something, we need measurement. Measurement is the process of finding out size or amount of something. Measurement of length. Length of an object tells us how long the object is. Long ago, people used their body parts to measure lengths of different objects. The measurement using body parts differs because the size of different body parts is different for different people. Thus, we need standard units for measurement. Measures of body parts used to measure length. Let's experiment. Measure the length of a table using your hand span. Ask your father and mother to measure the length of same table using their hand spans. How many handspans is the table? Yours, father's, mother's. Is the result different in each case? A fixed quantity used as a standard of measurement is called a unit. Meter is the standard unit for measuring length. It is written as m. Things like sari, ribbon, and rope are measured in meters. Things which are smaller in lengths like pencil, book, and crayon are measured in centimeters. Centimeter is written as cm. Ruler and measuring tape are used to measure length. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Force. A push or pull is called force. Force helps us to do many things. Force can move an object like stationary car and toy car. Force can stop a moving object. Force can change the shape of an object like clay and dough. Force can make things go faster or slow down. Force can change the direction of an object. Let's experiment. Take a ball and roll it on the floor. What happens after some time? Does it slow down and then stop? The ball slows and stops due to friction. Friction is a special type of force that slows down the movement of objects. Sound. The chirping of birds, ringing of bells, barking of dogs, honking of horns, and crying of babies are some sounds that we hear in our everyday life. We cannot see sound, but we can hear it with our ears. We make sound when we talk, laugh, cry, cough, and sneeze. Types of sound. Sounds can be soft, loud, pleasant, or unpleasant. Soft and pleasant sounds make us feel happy. Chirping of birds, songs, and sounds made by musical instruments are soft and pleasant. Loud and unpleasant sound is called noise. Sound of vehicles on busy roads, honking of horns, loud music, and shouting of people are loud and unpleasant sounds. Noise can damage our ears. We should play music system and television at low volume. We should not shout. Light, sound, and force. Can you see things in a dark room? Yes or no? Can you read a book in a dark room? Yes or no? We cannot see in a dark room. We need light to see things around. During daytime, the sun gives us light. Light. Light helps us to see. The sun is the main source of light on earth. During night, we use different objects like bulb, diya, candle, torch, tube light, and lamp that give out light. Such objects that give out light are called luminous objects. Objects like paper, box, book, table, and door, which do not give us light, are called non-luminous objects. We can see objects only when light falls on them. Shadow. When you go out in the sun, you see a dark patch on the ground. As you walk, the dark patch follows you. This dark patch is called shadow. A shadow is formed when an object blocks the path of light. The objects like human body, wooden chair, stone, brick, and book that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects. We cannot see through opaque objects. A shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the source of light. Shadows are sometimes long and sometimes short. Shadow is long in the morning. Shadow is short at noon. Shadow is long in the evening. Air. Air is present all around us. We cannot see, smell, or taste air, but we can feel it when it moves. Living things need air to survive. Properties of air. Air occupies space. Air gives shape to things like balloon and football. Air has mass. What air contains? Air is a mixture of gases. It contains oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor. We breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Plants use carbon dioxide to make food and give out oxygen. Let's experiment. To show the presence of water vapor in air, put some ice cubes or chilled water in a glass and place it on a table. After some time, you will see small droplets of water on the outer surface of the glass. Where do these drops come from? These drops come from the air. Air contains water vapor which gets cooled down due to ice or chilled water and get converted into drops of water. Air also contains dust, smoke, and germs. Chimneys of factories and vehicles give out lots of smoke which mixes with the air. Dust, smoke, and germs make the air dirty. Dirty air can make us sick.
Uses of air. We use air in various ways. All living things need air to breathe. Plants take in air to make food. Air is necessary for burning. Air helps in drying things. Air is used in inflating tires of vehicles. Air helps to move sailboats and windmills.
Water. Water is important for the survival of all living things. We use water for many purposes. Water cycle. Ice, water, and water vapor are the three forms of water. Water changes its form on heating and cooling. Water changes its form. In nature too, water changes its forms. The sun heats up the water present in seas, rivers, lakes and ponds. The water gets heated up and changes into water vapor. The change of water to water vapor on heating is called evaporation. Water vapor rises up and reaches high up in the sky. There, it cools down to form tiny water droplets. The change of water vapor to water on cooling is called condensation. These water droplets form clouds. Tiny droplets of water join together to form big drops inside clouds. When big drops become too heavy, they fall as rain. Rainwater fills seas, rivers and lakes. This change of water from one form to another in nature continues. This is called water cycle. Weather. At times it is hot outside. At times it is cold. The words hot and cold are describing the conditions of air. The condition of air at a particular place and at a particular time is called weather. Weather keeps on changing. Changes in weather are caused by sun, wind, rain and clouds. Changes in weather. Sunny days. On sunny days, the sun shines brightly in the sky. Sunny days are usually hot. In the afternoon, the sun shines directly overhead. That is why afternoons are hotter than mornings and evenings. In the mornings and evenings, sun rays are slanting. Windy days. Moving air is called wind. When wind blows slowly, it is called breeze. Breeze makes the weather pleasant. Strong winds cause storm. At times, storms are accompanied by rain, lightning and thunder. Storms can cause lots of damage. Cloudy days. On a cloudy day, clouds are seen in the sky. The clouds block the sun rays. Cloudy days are cooler than sunny days. Rainy days. On a rainy day, weather becomes cool. Seasons. Season is a period in which weather remains same. Seasons change every few months. There are 5 seasons in a year: summer, monsoon or rainy, autumn, winter and spring. Summer is the hottest season of the year. After summer comes monsoon. It rains during monsoon season. Rain is good for crops. Leaves fall in autumn season. Winter is the coldest season of the year. In spring season, we see many beautiful flowers around. Seasons affect what we wear and what we eat.